Welcome everyone to the SBA Season 3 Draft. I am your host, Commissioner Cryo. Should be a fun one. A bunch of people in the draft board as well. The draft board is fully set up with all of the Miis, all of the characters, and it's going to be a fun one. Obviously, we expanded to 10 teams, so the player save thing that we would do for Season 2, that will not be a thing in Season 3. That was communicated with all the coaches. Should be a fun one nonetheless, but the way the draft order works is the reverse of the captain's draft, and if you were not there for the captain's draft, the Wario Muscles and Coach Mushbrain now have the number 1 pick because they got the last pick in said captain draft. So should be a lot of fun. Now we wait on the number 1 pick. As we wait for that pick, and we'll get right into the SBA draft. I will be here for all of our analysis throughout the day. Should be a fun one. I mean, there's a lot of good picks here. So here we go. First pick is in the Wario Muscles. A lot of picks you could go with on the board. And Mushbrain getting the Wario Muscles is sort of a nice change of pace from Pizza, who won with the Wario Muscles last year. Mushbrain doing all the dramatics in my DMs. And a big surprise! The number 1 pick is gonna be Petey Piranha. Whoa! Was not expecting that with the number 1 overall pick. We know the true potential of Petey Piranha when he's there. Wow. But he's been inconsistent. But it's now time for the Waluigi Spitballs. A lot of good names on the board. Wow. Was not expecting Petey Piranha to be the number 1 overall pick. The cover athlete was there. Red Critter. Obviously, we saw the rebranding. We saw Firebro. He's still there. Dark Bones. I mean, King K. Rool even. I mean, there's still a bunch of people. So, now it is up to Coach D Sleep and the Waluigi Spitballs back for another season. Had a good first season. Didn't do well in the playoffs, but second season sort of fell off a cliff. Can they rebound? That is what the main question is for the Waluigi Spitballs. And with the second pick is what we thought was going to be the first overall pick, goes to Red Critter. Red Critter going to the Waluigi Spitballs. So that is the pick there. So now the Bowser Jr. rookies are on the clock. Remember, this is a snake draft, so once we get to the bottom picks, the Bowser Monsters will have back-to-back picks. Interesting to see what they'll do. Obviously, Bowser Monsters being led by Jalen. So, and with the next pick, the third pick, should be, I'm getting a bunch of DMs at the same time, will be Hammer Bro. I mean, he was in contention for MVP for a certain point, Slugger of the Year as well. Not a bad pick by the Bowser Jr. rookies. Now we go up to the Diddy Monkeys, who are on the clock. Obviously, unfortunately, it seems like they're assistant coaches at Taco Bell, so they have to rely on Steeler to put in a good word for them. So we'll see what happens. Will be the next pick. Obviously, today Monkeys a little bit of turmoil because it's been really interesting to see the coaching dynamic here. Obviously, Anthony got drafted as that sort of guy, but so with the next pick, the Diddy Monkeys will actually get back some old friends. It's gonna be King K. Rool. So King K. Rool off the board. He's been Slugger of the Year for 2 years in a row. So I don't blame that pick. That's still a good pick. There's still a lot of good players on the board, in my opinion. who will be the next pick? That is the main question. But overall, a solid draft so far. We'll see what the next pick is. The Peach Monarchs are now on the clock. And with the next pick, so with the first 4 picks, PD Piranha surprisingly the first overall pick. Now you have a lot of heightened expectations for someone of PD Piranha's stature. So maybe Mushbrain saying in chat he can fix him. Will that be the case? I mean, it's a very interesting pick nonetheless, but it'll be interesting to see what happens with that. But Peach Monarchs will now be up. Obviously, a surprise second half of the season. After a few trades, Coach Yui has been able to bring this team back from the depths, but definitely a promising second half of the season. So the Peach Monarchs definitely have a chance to do damage here with a good pick. I mean, I think there's still a lot of great players on the board, especially with that Peter Piranha pick. In my opinion, there's a lot of good players. There's a Defensive Player of the Year. There's possible MVP candidates, Pitcher of the Year candidates. A lot of good players still on the board. You still have Luigi, too. Luigi not selected as a captain, which I thought was very, very interesting. One of the few captains that was not selected that was pretty decent second half of the year. And with the next pick, it will actually be Brown Critter. So Brown Critter will be off the board. So these are the 5 picks to start off as P Piranha, Red Critter, Hammer Bro, King K. Rool, and Brown Critter. Now it is up to the Daisy Flowers and Coach Flame. I believe Just Clover is taking over for these picks. And there's a good chance that there could be a lot of things happening. Obviously, Sealer drafted as an emergency coach because Anthony basically said, "Oh, I have no idea what I'm doing." But either way, should be a fun one. So Daisy Flowers are on the board, waiting on them. Waiting on the Daisy Flowers. Obviously a team that made the playoffs, made the wild card last year. Couldn't do anything with it. I can pick Mushbrain would pick someone like Toadsworth. I'm not allowing that to happen. So who will be the next pick? The first pick for the Daisy Flowers. Still a lot of good names on the board. Remember, the DK Wilds, the Mar Fireballs, Birdos, and Bowser Monsters have yet to gone. How can you say that with Toadette? That is true. Toadette is right there. Yeah, having both available at that pick was definitely interesting. I mean, Red Critter, obviously the cover athlete last year. He was going to be a highly touted prospect going into this draft. I mean, PD Piranha at first was definitely interesting. King K. Rool going back to the Diddy Monkeys. I mean, he wasn't the problem when the Diddy Monkeys were a team last season. I mean, it was a very disappointing season overall because they didn't make the playoffs, obviously, after winning the SBA championship in season 1. But we'll see what happens here. Waiting on Just Clover just to see what happens there. For the bows. Yeah. Still waiting. I'm still giving them the benefit of the doubt because I don't want to go into an auto draft. So we're waiting on. We'll give him one more minute, but we'll see what happens here. Still waiting on that pick, but so we're giving it one more minute with Just Clover, but it's looking like it's going to be an auto pick because we have not seen. Let me double check. This is the first pick. I don't want to. So trying to wait and just give them the benefit of the doubt. Will that come to bite them? Flame said he could not make, so Just Clover was going to hop in, and we're going to do an auto pick here. Since they have not been here. Random number generator, it is. So out of remaining picks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that would be, what, 60? Not 63. Oh, we're going to do math here. Calculator time. All right. Well, we'll move this over here so it's not in the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So sometimes then that is 70. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so 76. We'll make it 76. We will do a random number generator. It is off screen, but I can promise you that I will be done. So 76 characters with the 4 selected. There are 80 characters in total. Yes, so with the first pick will be an auto draft pick. So off to a bad start for the Daisy Flowers. It is going to be pick 74. And that is going to be C.J. Myrons. Will be the first round pick for the Daisy Flowers. $81. No, it's 4. 4 have been selected. So now the DK Wilds are on the clock. He goes, no, run it again. Is it? Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I just can't count. It is 81. I don't know why I can't count today, bro. So the people that have been taking PD Piranha, Red Critter, Hammer Bro, King K. Rool, Brown Critter, and CJ Myrons. CJ Myrons is not a bad auto pick. I will say that. CJ Myrons is not a bad auto pick by any stretch of the imagination. He is a defensive menace there at that shortstop position. So it's something you can still work with, but not the best pick having a me be your first round pick. That means I was CJ Myrons. It could have been a better pick. It could have been a worse pick, but overall, it's not a bad pick at all. I mean, CJ Myrons, you can still do stuff with that. So you can still change the color for CJ Myrons. Kind of known for his light blue color. So mixing that up could be interesting. Could make him lose his pizzazz. Still a lot of decent players on the board here in the first round. DK Wild's obviously coached by Florida Man. Wasn't able to get the Mario Fireballs, the pick right before for captains. So what will he go with here in the first round? I fully agree, Angel. It could have absolutely been a worse pick. You could have gotten Paragoomba, or like Paragoomba was literally like the LVP of the year. You could have easily gotten someone way worse. Getting a me is probably your best thing. And finally off the board, the DK Wilds will select Firebro. So Firebro somehow sneaking his way all the way to the 7th pick. I do not understand how he fell this far. A lot of luck involved. So now the Mario Fireballs are on the clock. Who will be the next pick? Obviously, this is one of the new coaches, coached by Mushroom King. A lot of still good people on the board here for the Mario Fireballs to take. But who will they go with? And with the next pick, it'll be Green Critter. Green Critter finally off the board, going back to the Mario Fireballs. So that means the Birdo Bows are on the clock. So now with the next pick, the Birdo Bows will be taking Blue Pianta. Blue Pianta, also known as Shohei Pianta. So Birdo Bows get Blue Pianta. Now the Bowser Monsters are on for back-to-back picks. So now the Bowser Monsters, now led by Jalen, will be, it's a very interesting spot to be in. There's still a lot of good players on the board. All the really top tier players have gone off the board. But now Coach Jalen has a big task in front of him. Who will he build around for the Mario, almost for the Mario Fireballs, for the Bowser Monsters? Blue Pianta, not really known for his hitting, not really known as a power hitter. Good contact hitter, but also a surprisingly good pitcher. This is Birdo Bows getting Blue Pianta back. I mean, that's a great 1-2 pitching combination, and I mean, that could be great for the rest of the season. Who knows? I mean, that he's been surprisingly in the playoffs. He was surprisingly a good pitcher. So We will see what happens here. This is the first round summary for now. Now we are waiting on Coach Jalen and the Bowser Monsters for back-to-back picks. We will see. Coach Jalen obviously taking over for Coach Jay Jettis, who got fired in Season 2 after a horrific playoff debut with that team. You had Donkey Kong and Bowser on the same team, yet somehow they could not get anything to go. So the next 2 picks have been submitted. It's going to be Blue Critter and Boomerang Bro. Boomerang Bro kind of going high in this draft, but still a very, very good pick. So now the Birdo Bows are on the clock. Now Birdo Bows on the clock with their next pick. I mean, could be interesting to see where they go here, but I think that's a good solid. You have a theme building for the Bowser Monsters, and I think that's great if you are Coach Jalen. With the next pick, we will get funky with it. It's Funky Kong. I think going back to the Birdo Bows, I could be wrong. I think he was on the Diddy Monkeys in year 1 and 2, so he wasn't on the Birdo Bows, but perfect kind of guy for the Birdo Bows. Just a fantastic pick, but now we go over to the Mario Fireballs. We're on the clock. Who will be their next pick? Getting Green Critter back is huge from last season. He was probably an MVP and Defensive Player of the Year candidate for most of it if it wasn't getting overshadowed by Chet Meege. So, we will see what happens here. And the next pick will be Red Pianta going over to the Mario Fireballs. That's going to be a very, very interesting pick. So now the DK Wilds are on the clock. Hopefully, by the time we get back to the Daisy Flowers again, we will not have to do an auto pick, but this may be an auto pick draft for them. So we will see what happens now. Obviously, first pick, Firebro fell to 7th. I think that's an insane value if you are the DK Wilds and Coach Florida Man, as you can hear motorcycles just flying by my street. But we will see what happens here. We will see who is available. Obviously, we have a bunch of new Miis. Jimmy, Warren Me Gamara, Bobby, we have Pablo, we have Michiro, we have Rascal, and there's a lot of good players left here. We will see what happens. And Dark Bones will be the next pick for the DK Wilds, sort of building a very interesting team. Because besides Firebro, Dark Bones reuniting with DK. So DK Wilds get their pick, and now the Daisy Flowers are on the clock. So Daisy Flowers on the clock. Who will they go with? First pick was auto-picked. So now we go and see you make sure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 22, 33, 44, 55, 66, 67 picks left. Haha, funny number. But anyways, next pick for the Daisy Flowers on the clock. We will give them a few minutes. We won't push too far, but it may be auto pick. So we'll give it 2 more minutes. We'll see if Coach Flame can get back. Someone's saying that the season 3 fives may be the 2024 White Sox. I mean, if they're not going to make a pick, just have an infield of Doom and this. That would actually be insane. That would be an insane infield. That would be an insane infield of CJ Myrons and Yellow Magic. That would literally be probably the most insane infield ever. Seriously. We will give it, I think it's been, we'll give it till 7:30. We'll give it till 7:30. And if there's no pick by 7:30, we will have that auto-drafted pick done by yours truly through the random number generator. Love me some random number generator. And we were going to be forcing the Flowers to auto-draft the rest of the draft until we get signs that they are alive. And now we have picks 1 through 67. And they will get pick 23. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 11, 22. They are getting Baby Luigi. Baby Luigi, the next one up. And Baby Luigi is off the board. So next pick will be for the Peach Monarchs, as I'm just making sure we're getting all good. And the next pick will be Luigi for the Peach Monarchs, and now the Dinny Monkeys will be on the board. So next pick will be the Diddy Monkeys. Who will the Diddy Monkeys go to? That is the main question. All of a sudden, just a bad start for the Daisy Flowers. That's what you get for not, getting here on time, That's what you get for 30 minutes late. We can't start the draft 30 minutes late. We planned it for about 2 weeks, so. Peach Monarchs going with Luigi and Brown Critter in their first 2 picks. Now the Diddy Monkeys are on the clock. Who will they go with? Said Luigi grew up with a pick. All right. obviously, so for the Daisy Flowers, Clover got here right as the auto pick was being made. By definition of the rule, I can't just like hold the auto pick. The auto pick has to go through. He's going to be here for the rest of the draft, which is going to be fine. You can still do something with that team, but it's just unfortunate. He showed up. I'm a really chill commissioner, but like I'm gonna be cutthroat when it comes to like I'm not gonna give too much leeway going to certain things, especially since now we're expanding to 10 teams. Now it's getting a little more competitive. Now, I mean, you'll have some free agents, maybe like 3 or 4, but other than that, probably not much. But the next pick will be, as we wait for another motorcycle to go past my house, it'll be Green Magic Koopa. 3 green characters off the board, back to back to back. And Bowser Jr. rookies are on the clock. Nuclear was actually hoping for that pick. But Daisy Flowers at least will be back for the rest of this draft, which is good. Who will the Bowser Jr. rookies go for? And Yellow Magic Koopa going off the board, which I think is really interesting. I would say Yellow Magic Koopa and Red Magic Koopa were the 2 to go for. So next pick goes over to the Waluigi Spitballs. And Coach D Sleep. Next pick will reuniting. It is going to be the former Defensive Player of the Year candidate, Baby DK. So now the Wario Muscles will be on for back-to-back picks. Now, Mushbrain's going to be in a really interesting spot here. So Baby DK goes off the board. Definitely a good player. Can you get the chemistry around him? That is the main question. I think you kind of know who D-Sleep's going to go with his next pick with that pick of Baby DK, but we'll see. Dark Bones is still on the board. There's still a lot of great people on the board. And the 2 picks are the Wario Muscles. And next pick, a surprise one here. King Boo will be going to the Wario Muscles. And with the next pick, who will be the next pick for the Wario Muscles? A lot of options you can go with here. What is that gift? Please post that in draft. Can you post that in draft room, Mushbrain? What in the world is that? Wiggler! Wiggler going to the Wario Muscles. Now, I'm really liking the Wario Muscles team, but now the Spitballs are on the clock. So now the Waluigi Spitballs. I think if the person we know D-Sleep is thinking about, I don't know if that's going to be the pick. It will be Tiny Kong. So they're keeping the chemistry in the outfield with Baby DK and Tiny Kong. That is really good. Waluigi Spitballs know that this was a good defensive team. Now they get that offensive anchor in Red Critter. Really, really good pick there. So now the Bowser Jr. rookies are on the clock. Wiggler Wednesday. Even though it's Saturday. I don't know why. Honestly, great picks. I think King Boo can be a good pitcher along with Wario. I think you have a good 1-2 punch there. And you have a good 1-2 punch with the batting as well. So here comes the next pick. And the next pick will be Green Dry Bones. Green Dry Bones, the next pick. So now the Diddy Monkeys will be on the clock. Interesting team here. I mean, you still have Green Magic Koopa, Green Dry Bones off the board. So we'll see what's with the next pick. And Diddy Monkeys waiting on Steeler to see who will they pick next. Feels like the rookies are taking off the Diddy Monkeys players. Steeler and Nuclear just developing a little bit of a rivalry. A little bit of a back and forth. Love it. Love to develop those rivalries early on in the SBA. Especially with new coaches. Oh, yes. That's cinema. Originally, Pizza was going to be here, but he's been playing Balatro for 4 hours. So we'll see what happens there. But rest of the board, a lot of me still on the board, so you can definitely work with them for a little bit. So who will the Diddy Monkeys go with their next pick? Gonna be really interesting because you could go a bunch of different ways here. Garou. Oh, is that Green Toad? The next pick will be Green Toad, confirmed. So now the Peach Monarchs are on the clock. And the next pick will be Baby Peach. Now, a fun fact about Baby Peach. For all of, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was for all of 3 weeks in season 1 of the SBA, she was actually an MVP candidate, which I think is just insane. All right. So now it's time for the Daisy Flowers. Clover is here, so I will give them their time. Now they have the time to pick. Still some notable names on the board. All the heavy hitters are sort of off, but still some guys that you can still go after. And Yellow Pianta is off the board, so now it is time for the DK Wilds. So Yellow Pianta finally goes off the boards to the Daisy Flowers, their first official pick. Obviously, they auto-drafted those first 2 picks. So what will be the next pick for Florida Man? It will be Red Magic Koopa, a stud pitcher. You have a lot of good pitchers in this lineup. I'm liking what the DK Wilds are doing with their team, but now the Mario Fireballs are on the clock. Now the Mario Fireballs are on the clock with Mushroom King. They have Green Critter and Red Pianta, a good 1-2 punch. Anyways, the next pick So next pick is for Mushroom King. Who will Mushroom King go for? Here. So next pick, we're waiting on the Mario Fireballs. Who will they pick with their next pick? And the next pick will be Red Toad. Red Toad. So now the Birdo Bows are on the clock. They have their picks in already. You know you love to see that. So next up will be Blue Dry Bones. And now the Bowser Monsters are on the clock. Almost said that wrong. But Bowser Monsters now on the clock for 2 picks. Who will Jalen go for? I mean, it was a solid start for Jalen. So, pick is in. Obviously, making sure that will happen. Blue Dry Bones was actually the first overall pick in the Season 2 SBA draft. Didn't live up to the hype, as I feel like a certain person's going to not live up to the hype. But we'll see. We will see what will happen here, because Jalen still has a lot of options here. Could go the me route. I mean, Pablo is still there. Backyard baseball legend. If you know, you know. Magic Koopa's still there too. There's still some really good players on this board that I'm surprised have not been swiped up. Red Shy Guy especially is one of them. The Paratroopas have actually been kind of good as well. But Jalen's picks are in, and it's going to be Dry Bones, and it's going to be Boo. Boo, a sneaky good pick in the later rounds because he was a outfield menace. So the next pick has already been submitted. And it's going to be Light Blue Yoshi. So now the Mario Fireballs are on the clock. So now we have our picks in. Dry Bones still pretty good. Probably the worst of the bones. At least in this save file. I don't know how they would be in other save files, but definitely hasn't lived up to those expectations. Obviously, he was sort of playing at some points third or fourth fiddle to the DK Wilds team. So we'll see what goes with the next pick. The next pick is going to be Purple Toad. So now the DK Wilds are on the clock. DK Wilds on the clock. Purple Toada, sneaky good home run hitter. Someone who was really good with the Daisy Flowers. Probably someone that if Flamesaw fell to him, would have easily picked him in that pick, but we will see. A lot of Miis still on the board, and you can change the color of the Miis once you get them into the game, but obviously someone like Chet Meej was also really good. So who will be the next pick? And it will be Red Koopa. Red Koopa getting picked a little early, but Daisy Flowers are now on the clock. Who will they pick with their next selection? Some still good names out there. Red Shy Guy, someone I see a lot. I think it was Pink Yoshi who was pretty good as well. And it's going to be Yellow Toad. Yellow Toad getting picked here. So now here comes the Peach Monarchs. Will be the next pick here. Obviously, if you guys have not subscribed to the SBA YouTube channel, make sure you do, because we will be posting all of our stuff here, and you can keep up to date with everything in the SBA and all the coaches. Watch all the live streams, because we're going to be setting up the schedule soon. see what happens there. But Blue Magic Koopa, the OG, is now off the board. So now it is time for the Diddy Monkeys to see what they can do. So the OG Magic Koopa going back to the Peach Monarchs. Probably going to be seen as more of a pitcher. A lot of good pitching depth for the Peach Monarchs. Bowser Monsters look like a solid team. I'd probably argue the DK Wilds probably have one of the stronger teams. Wario Muscles have 1 through 4. They have a great team. So we will see what happens here. So next pick, who will the Diddy Monkeys go after? There's still a lot of good names on the board. Steeler has been taking over and taking charge here. So next pick, Diddy Monkeys waiting for that pick. Steeler really making sure he takes his time with this. Toadette still on the board, who I think is still pretty good. Paratroopas, the Inokis are on the board. The Miis are still on the board, a lot of them as well. And Steelers will take Green Shy Guy. So now the Bowser Jr. rookies are on the clock. Green Shy Guy, good pick. I would go with Red Shy Guy, but obviously you see the green theme here with the Diddy Monkeys. It's kind of fair at that point, so we will see. And the next pick will be Koopa. Koopa going over to the Bowser Jr. rookies. And now it is time. See what the Waluigi Spitballs do here. They did get Baby DK and Tiny Kong back. Who will they get with their next pick, though? Roster size is just enough, so there won't really be a free agency. There'll probably be 1 or 2 people in free agency that you can go after. But every Mii will get picked. Every Noki, every Baby, every Paragoomba, every Yoshi will get picked. I'm surprised Yoshi is still on the board. He's still a captain, has that captain ability, so... Nuclear accidentally sending me his pick. So next pick will be Green Paratroopa. I think a sneaky good pick here late in the game. I mean, he's kind of good. He's a good contact hitter. Him being consistent, that's the biggest thing. Kind of an iffy fielder, but if you can get the chemistry around him, I think he can do great. So next pick. Who will the Wario Muscles take with their next 2 picks? Mushbrain saying he's shocked this person is still here. He says this man has aura. Mushbrain, a man of the dramatics. Rex Meavers is off the board. Was pitcher of the year last year. And he just went off the board. Wario Muscles get their pitcher, it feels like, so. And the next pick for the Wario Muscles is going to be Blue Toad. So all of the male Toads have gone off the board. There we go. So next up, D-Sleep back on the board. Who will he go with his next pick? A lot of good Miis still on the board. Big Spec Mii is a very underrated Mii. You could go with the new Miis and just see if they all of a sudden decide to dominate. You have a lot of good players that you can go with here. But remember, Yoshi's still on the board. A lot of the Yoshis are still on the board. Especially Red Shy Guy. I'm shocked that Red Shy Guy is not off the board at all. I think that is very shocking. And Hennesme will go off the board, going back to the Waluigi Spitballs. Hennesme sticking with his original coach. And Bode is off the board. Next pick will go to the Bowser Jr. rookies. A lot of good players on the board. I'm surprised. I'm just going to say I'm surprised some of these people have not been taken off the board yet. Some late round sleepers, I will say that. And with the next pick, Nuclear will select Red Paratroopa. Finally going off the board, and now it's up to the Diddy Monkeys on the clock. So, Paratroopa off the board. The Miis are still available. A lot of good Miis here. Alton Mii could get paired up back with Hennesme if he comes back around on the board, but Sealer looking at the draft board. What will he go with here? And it will be Toadette. Toadette off the board. So Toadette will go off the board. A lot of the Miis still left to be desired. What will be the pick here? Will the Peach Monarchs reunite Josh Miara with Coach Yui? No, it'll be Baby Daisy. Baby Daisy off the board. So now the Daisy Flowers are on the clock. Baby's going flying off the board. And I'm not talking about throwing them. And I mean, it's been a lot of babies going off the board. One that has not gone is Baby Mario. Could be a sneaky pick for the Mario Fireballs. We will see. So now Daisy Flowers are on the board. Just Clover waiting for his pick. And next pick will be Binks McMee. Binks McMee off the board. So next pick is the fake fan from the University of Central Florida. Fame here to right the ship. Binks McMee's a good pick. This may have to be a me-dominant team. And it will be Chet Meege going to the DK Wilds. A very, very good pick. Obviously, Defensive Player of the Year last year. So that is a fantastic pick for Florida Man late in this game. So Mario Fireballs are up. Who will they go with their next pick? And here's my co-partner. He's finally here after playing Balatro for 17 hours. How you doing, Pizza?
I think I've been getting addicted to Balatro.
All right.
I forgot I turned off the notification sounds in my on my laptop, so I
was wondering. I was like,
your...
I thought you were just like hated me. I thought you were just like, okay, Pizza just doesn't like me anymore.
No, so, I did not get your messages. That is
so
on
you're
me.
looking at the stream right now. I mean, so Meebert goes off the board for the Mario Fireballs while we are talking. And Blue Shy Guy goes off, so Bowser Monsters will have back-to-back picks. I mean, honestly, what are you seeing here from this draft so far? I mean,
what I'm seeing here is, first of all, Fire Bro going 7th.
Yeah, and
the DK Wilds.
I'm looking at the first overall pick. It's PD Piranha.
First overall pick at PD Piranha.
Oh my goodness.
I mean,
Mush. I will say Mush did rebound well. I think King Boo and Wiggler is a great 1-2 combo, and then getting Rex Beavers
100%.
and Blue Toad. I mean, it's a deep team,
I
mean, you could. Again, the cover athlete was right there. You know,
I do think that he went for chemistry in this squad, focused on that chemistry, and
but
maybe
also, I will say, Mario Muscles. PD Piranha is a menace on defense. His offense, at his peak, he is the best player in this game. But that's the thing.
Most definitely.
The if man, it's like Justin Herbert. It's like if he gets there, you know, like shout out Oregon fans. But next two picks, Pizza, are going to be Yoshi and Dixie Kong. Sort of, I was surprised that Yoshi lasted all the way to what the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th, end of the 5th, beginning of the 6th. I mean.
Yeah, I'm really surprised by some of these picks. I'm surprised by, some of the Magic Koopas falling. I felt like somebody might have taken Magic Koopa in the second round, in the first round. I mean, Magic Koopas have been a big staple of any defensive play in the SBA, and like Red Magic Koopa was a staple of my team for a long time. For the entire time that I was there, Red Magic Koopa was either the starting pitcher or kind of towards the end of last season, I played Red Mag as the initial reliever. But Red Mag going in the third round, I think that's a steal for the DK Wilds.
It's the OG DK Wilds team. It's like a mixture of the DK Wilds and the Muscles from last year. I mean, that's just you can't get Bowser. Like obviously he was bound to be a captain after his performance. He could him being a sidekick was only going to last one season. Jalen did a good job. Didn't relate to anything in the playoffs, but Blue Yoshi does go off the board, so the Mario Fireballs will be on the clock. We are joined here by said coach of the Berto Bows. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Obviously, what are you looking? Because obviously you are with this influx of people joining. You sort of have like a know-all with this team, but obviously the SBA will just take that and just flip it on its head and then shake the money out from the quarters. Like what are you seeing from these teams so far?
So a couple teams where I look at and I wonder what's going on, but what I saw from last season is that there's a couple teams that I did not think would work that actually work. So
whenever we infiltrated the CPU for CPU mod when we originally did it, there were some, I'm not even joking, a team that looked the best on paper, the Warrior Muscles, looked horrendously mid last season. And then Pizza made one lineup change, and all of a sudden that team was the best team in the world. I don't understand.
Hey man,
I don't understand how it works, but it works. I don't understand.
Sometimes the biggest lineup changes are the ones that you make right at the end.
You moved Wario to third, third batting. That's all you did. That's or fifth batting.
I think I moved a little bit around. I moved Wario to to, I think, 6th in the batting order. I tried spreading out the power, but then I realized, yeah, that's probably not the best decision.
Yeah.
But yeah, I moved Wario to 6th and really kind of just front loaded the batting order, and it worked. And sure, it led my 7, 8, 9 kind of out to dry, but at the end of the day, if you get 6 back-to-back hits, you're probably at least getting you're definitely getting at least 2 runs in.
Now, two picks I want to talk about, Pizza. Now just getting picked is Heisenme and Red Shy Guy. I think those are great late value picks in my opinion.
I think those are really great late round picks.
Especially Red Shy Guy. I mean, he was a defensive player of the year candidate in season 1. I mean,
yeah.
So these guys are on the clock.
Similarly, I'm surprised Purple. I'm just seeing this now. Purple Toad lasting all the way to the 4th round. Mario Fireball is getting a bit of a 2 major defensive steals in Purple Toad and Red Shy Guy.
If we're looking at, we could look at teams on paper all we want and do our calculations that way, and we talk about it all the time. Hold on. No,
What I was gonna say is, I feel like at the end of the day, CPU versus CPU is unpredictable, and that's what makes it fun. Because there's teams that just shouldn't win.
Yeah, and there's a sticker if you look at Draft Room. It's called Top 10 Haunting Photos Taken Before Disaster. Yeah, the Wario Muscles. At the moment, the winless Peach Monarchs. We're up by 3 to the winless Peach Monarchs with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th because it goes to 7 innings. Yeah, somehow the Peach Monarchs won that game. Like it goes back to the unpredictability of everything. But the next pick is going to be Yellow Shy Guy. One thing with this pizza that I wanted to talk about is that not many free agents. So now everyone's getting used. So now your strategy sort of shifts a little bit because now with those 2 extra added teams and also the competitiveness because they are in former leagues, anything could happen.
100%, and I think this is going to really shift the strategy from, okay, there's maybe X or Y a player that can fit into your scheme with all the chemistry and whatnot, to, okay, now I'm going to have to trade because the only people that fit into my chemistry are people that another team has.
Now, now Pizza, I hate to interrupt you. The goat's off the board. Baby Mario is a Peach Monarch. Oh my goodness!
Wow, I'm shocked that the goat was named as Baby Mario. There's another goat currently on the board.
Oh, Blooper?
Still yet to be drafted. Monty Mole.
Or how about
Monty
this?
Mole.
Don't even remind me about Blooper.
Well, no, obviously, I think the GOAT is the first person to get a triple in SBA history, Toadsworth. I mean, come on.
Toadsworth, elite pitcher.
Old man got wheels. Let me tell you.
Old man got wheels.
There's recent trade talks. Talking about
we got the daycare.
The assistant coach of the Diddy Monkeys, Anthony, getting traded to Taco Bell. Currently in trade talks. Anyways,
fries in the bag.
I'm making a Taco Bell emote purely for this server because now it is tied. He has tied his lore into the SBA. All right, Diddy Monkeys on the board. I think Steelers done a really good job with, being an emergency fill-in pizza.
100%. I think done a great job. Like I love the synergy of all the green characters. You've got Toadette to pair with Toadsworth, and I think maybe Shy Guy, or I think she pairs with Diddy. But wait a second.
Hey, hold on.
Pause.
That's why I always say. That's why I always. It was the weirdest thing I ever will have to do in my entire life, is to go to a site for trophies and purposely put in SBA champion Diddy Monkeys and just not give any context to the person making the trophy.
That's fucking hilarious.
That is.
I love that for you.
That will be the pick. Is the GOAT going off the board? A little bit of. So.
I think there's definitely a couple people here that could be nice little chemistry fits for the Diddy Monkeys. but you can also go with a me.
But no, they're going for the goat.
Oh, Monty Mole.
The goat's
that works.
back. The goat's back
That
with
works
the Diddy
too.
Monkeys.
That's not a bad pick. I mean, Monty's a really fast character, and he also has chemistry with Green Shy Guy. And then if you get a Green Me, that establishes a really strong outfield.
100%. That I think the biggest thing is getting that me, because
The only bad thing is Monty Mole is like a bottom 5 hitter in the entire game. And
100%. But you're not really getting Monty Mole for the hitting.
Yeah, you're gonna get him to go run down fly balls in the outfield.
Yeah, the chemistry in the outfield. And again, once they get that green me, so much on that team is going to be pieced together. Like you're gonna have 4 characters that will share a chemistry link with that green me. That's fantastic work by the Diddy Monkeys.
Yeah, and then you have like Green on this team. You have King K. Rool, who's gonna do King K. Rool things, and then you have Green Madge and Green Toad, who are definitely middle of the road hitters, and then you have a captain in Diddy Kong, and captains are always valuable to a team.
100%.
And
Like
The one
I
thing
think
that
I think
and oh my goodness,
I think
the pick of the year, the LVP is going to the Bowser Jr. rookies. Both
Oh
the
my
LVP
goodness.
from season 1 and season 2 are now on the same team. Oh, this is gonna be fun.
The
Junior end up with
LVP
LVP.
squad.
Yeah, we have a most valuable player and a least valuable player, and I think Pizza.
yeah, but how did Junior end up with it?
You do not understand how bad he was in season 1.
Oh
You
my
do
God.
not
Bowser
understand.
Jr. So season 1 we did not have star pitches on. So Bowser Jr. did not have his star pitch, which I think is incredibly valuable to his pitching
Yeah,
arsenal. But Bowser Jr. would constantly come in as my reliever for Red Madge and would blow almost every lead I had in the back half of the season. It got egregious.
So
and
no,
that's
and he was literally, so it was a tie. So they were on the verge of getting swept by the 7-7 Diddy Monkeys that made the SBA finals, and Wiggler decided to run home, couldn't get there. Bowser Jr. already ran to third, so Wiggler didn't know what to do, so he got out, and Pizza lost the game. And I think he debated retiring, but he came back. But he said, "I'm not touching Bowser Jr. with a 15-foot pole."
That's when I made the move to the Wario muscles, and the most valuable move I've ever made, because you saw that Wario playoff performance.
And I'm surprised this guy lasted this long. And if I'm not wrong, Mushbrain is going to be going with said person. First pick is going to be Michiro, it's a newcomer for the SBA.
Michiro,
I think
fantastic outfield player.
And if I'm
Like, 'cause
not
realistically,
mistaken,
there's not a lot of
oh my God, he's not going with Trey Mears. I thought he was going to go for Union. Pablo and Michiro are on the same team. Oh my goodness.
Pablo and Michiro.
Pablo
My
and
goodness,
Michiro.
I'm shocked. I am shocked. I 100% thought he was going to take Blooper in those 2 picks, but nope, double me.
I mean, Trey
Looking-
Mears is kind of sneaky. If it wasn't for, I would argue, if it wasn't for Chet Meach, Trey Mears is the best outfielder of the Mees, especially
Yeah,
for last
100%.
season.
I guess he sees something in Pablo. Nice little prospect coming out of wherever he comes from. But
The Melonheads of backyard baseball.
the Melonheads of backyard baseball, and I guess he sees something in Pablo that a lot of us don't see. That a lot of us maybe Mushbrain values over Trey Mears.
Okay, I want to know the strap behind the Spitballs team. Like, I feel like it could work out, but I just
So,
want to know, like,
D-Sleep-
what
D-Sleep-
the
The
plan
good
is
thing,
here.
the thing with D Sleep's team, and you realize this, he's just horrifically mid. Like, and that's just in general. But when it comes to his teams, he's been a really good defensive team. I think what he's been missing.
Oh, it seems a good defensive.
What he's been missing
And then you
for
have
the
Wall. You're gonna have
for the first 2 seasons,
You're
he's
gonna
been
have
missing
Wall
that
starting
offensive
pitcher,
anchor
or-
because he's been looking defensively. He's been great, but I think he's just been missing that offensive anchor. And I think because I think Baby DK and Tiny Kong's still one of the best outfield duos you can have out there.
Yeah,
So-
but Red Critter can get you through, and same with Green Para, and then Mies.
So
And then Walu has the highest slap power in the league, in his stats. So
Alton me. So basically, well, this is the team of reunions in Red Critter. That's all that this team is. So
Hey man, he gets that offensive anchor. You know, you never know because the rest of his team is solid defensively. Hopefully, Red Critter can.
sneaky good pick.
Actually,
I love the
that's
pick of Paratroopa. You saw in the second half of season 2, he kind of came alive as sort of a contact hitter. We weren't expecting that out of someone like Paratroopa, but especially on the Wario muscles, he was a main contributor for you. You know, obviously you're retired now, but you are an SBA champion.
100%. Red Paracoopa and Paratroopa are both really good slap hitters. It's just the elevated angle gives them a bit of an advantage over the Koopas, and also the fact that they're more likely to charge up because the Koopas, they barely charge up, and that usually results in slow grounders right up the middle that ends up in a double play for your team. But not to mention, they're also both really good defensively, and they pair up with the Koopa, which is why the Bowser Jr. rookies went Koopa and Paratroopa is because it pairs up very nicely, and you have green dry bones, so you effectively have the Wario muscles outfield. I see you, Bowser Jr. rookies. You're trying to steal my flow, but in theory, you probably should have taken Red Firebro to do so. But I'm just messing. But one thing I'm really noticing is the fact that there is so much more parity now more than ever in where players are going. Like my team had the benefit of, okay, I have a whole bunch of power hitters. I had Wario as my captain, Firebro, Red Critter, Green Dry Bones is a really sneaky one who is, again, on the Bowser Jr. rookies. I had Blue Dry Bones last year. Blue Dry Bones was nice with it. Good get for the Birdo Bows. But there's not a whole lot of power hitters. There's not like a stacked lineup out of these. It's really going to be
Well, the moment
who comes
Toadsworth
out of
goes to a
absolute
lineup,
nowhere.
he's immediately going to be the number one option. I mean, let's be real.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
I mean, still, I would argue that some of these Miis, even then, I know people love to shit on Blooper. I still think he's a good pitcher. I think he's just been inconsistent. He still has the most strikeouts in an SBA game ever in season 1. Like, the potential for Blooper is there.
Blooper is just unbelievably mid at everything but pitching.
Yes.
But he has good chemistry. Like, you realize he's in the strongest chem region in the game. True with like Birdo, King Boo, PD Piranha, Wiggler. I don't think he has chem but King Boo, but closely connected to King Boo.
Yeah.
Closely connected to
Next pick
K.
will
Rool.
be
I'm pretty
EJ
sure.
Myron, sort of falling late in this draft, but still a good pick nonetheless.
But yeah, 100%. Blooper is a good character for chemistry reasons and for pitching, but this late in the draft, I'm really surprised that people are not taking a chance with him. You're picking this guy as the 8th option on your roster.
It's like taking a risk on a rookie, like a late round rookie in fantasy football. Like that's literally
100%. I feel like there's no downside here to having Blooper come in, especially if you're a team that's desperate for pitching.
And
Some may say you could look at, I don't know, the Bowser Monsters, or
now, but if we're talking about the
even a little
Peach
bit of
Monarchs,
Mario
guess who's
Fireball here?
reunionizing with them? Josh Miara's back, baby. He's back with the Peach Monarchs, and I think honestly, it's between him and Trey Mears for the second best outfielder of the Miis.
100%. I'm really surprised Trey Mears is fallen this far.
He's still on the board. I think that's
Still
crazy.
there.
Like it's getting to the point where it's feeling crazy when it comes to him not being on there. It sounds like propaganda, but I'm just giving my analysis. But and Daisy Flowers on, but they take
Clover is
Warren
absolutely
Me. So the new Me, for those who don't know, Warren Me was a football player at the University of UTSA. Started out as a wide receiver, converted to safety, and he became one of the best two-way players in college football. for another sim league. So he could be really dangerous with the Daisy Flowers. I mean, solid picks all around. Now the meats are flying off the board. Still, Blooper's not getting any love whatsoever, but
at this point you're really just getting these guys to fill in some chemistry holes, get a couple guys that can link some players together and build an outfield. That's one of the biggest things. If you're not building an outfield that has the chemistry, I apologize for my French, you're fucked. Yeah, at this
all
point,
the teams that have won so far, Mush should have took Blooper. If anyone was going to take Blooper so far, it should have been Mush. You have Edie, Wiggler, who both have chem with Blooper, and then King Boo has close chem with them.
So
I
next up will
agree.
be Taylor McWee. So now DK Wild sort of built their. It will be McWee. Calling Binks McMee a bum is Florida man. I find that funny because he didn't even win the SBA championship in season 2 because of a certain team that went 6-7 for the regular season. So
6-7.
Okay.
Let's go, baby.
Okay, now you just sounded older than me the way you said that. This that needs to stop.
6-7.
So next up is the Mario Fireballs on the clock. I mean, still some very good, solid picks. I mean, Pink Yoshi, Pizza, if you remember, was an all-star. Obviously, the all-star voting happened halfway through the season, and we found out that really was kind of awkward because the first half was kind of mad. I think could be a really solid player. I think Pink Yoshi is not bad at all.
Yeah, I think I think out of the different colored Yoshis.
Oh my god, Pizza. It's time! He's going to the Mario Fireballs!
The Mario Fireballs have a real pitcher.
Oh my god. And he's finally off the board. The propaganda worked with our guy on the desk with us. Blooper going to the Birdo Bows.
Blooper to the Birdo Bows. Nice.
Going off the board, but
I do like the Toadsworth pick, actually. That's going to help link together.
That's a good pick. For this low in the draft, that's a good pick.
Yeah, and it also helps link together the two Toads. So in theory, you could put together an outfield of the two Toads and Toadsworth.
Yeah, this is just a kind of a fireballing team, good slap hitting team.
100%, and I think you can get some good slap hits out of players like the Toads and Shy Guy. Overall, I kind of like Mario. The Mario Fireballs, the team. They haven't really been known for their offense
right now.
Yeah, they haven't really been known for their offense, but they've pieced together a team that I think can really do wonders offensively. Jimmy and Bobby, the next two picks, since Cryo is silent and is not speaking. So.
Oh, my mic was muted.
Your
Wonderful.
mic was.
I don't know when I hit it.
Muted.
Anyways, but the Mii's left are Me Gamara, Trey Mears, and Vanilla Me. Who would you like to select?
I want Trey Mears.
And he's finally off the
good stuff about
board.
this guy.
About time. This late on into the draft.
That could be the steal of the draft.
God.
That could be literally the steal of the draft. I'm not even joking.
Actually,
no, Mario Fireballs.
Rosalina.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with this tier maker. They just have like these like extra characters. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just because this one had all the characters like with the variances like and none others did. I love tier maker, but the entire front page is just like talking about women. It's actually kind of absurd. So.
Well, let's see who the Mario Fireballs pick. The collective, everyone hates the Nokis.
I will say, Vanilla Me is definitely what a fall from grace. I mean, led the Diddy Monkeys to an SBA championship and just fell off a cliff.
I will say though, this is a good time, especially with the me already on the board. Red Yoshi and Red Noki are not bad options for the Mario Fireballs here
I will say
at all.
yeah, the Yoshis are there. Black, I think it's Black or Gray Shy Guy, whatever one they call it in this game.
Gray guy. Greg for short.
Yeah, but I mean, he could be a guy. I mean, Blue Noki and Red Noki still being on the board is still crazy in my opinion. I feel like those guys got overlooked. I mean, and me Gamara, the new guy, will be going to the Mario Fireballs.
Me Gamara, my beloved, based on the SFA character Garrett Gamara.
What are we getting from? What are we getting from me Gamara?
You're getting a guy that, in practice, in theory, he should be a fantastic player. But once he gets on the bright lights of the live game day, which is all the time now, he usually finds a way to shit the bed.
Yes. He is not.
So
he does have more throw power than a certain guy named Ed Pickleman. So you can use that.
This is true. This is true.
Use that to your benefit when it comes to putting him in the outfield.
But
I'll add this DK Wilds team, despite being the least Wilds team of any Wilds team, is good.
Yes, I think it's really the 1-2-3 punch of DK. We talked about this with the DK Wilds last season. It was Donkey Kong, Bowser, Dry Bones, and Dark Bones, and I think that was probably.
You put DK and Bowser on the same team.
DK and Bowser on the same team, and they ran the league, and then they lost in the first round of the playoffs.
And then they ran into the Wario.
It was absolutely hilarious.
No, that's the Bowser effect, though. That's actually the Bowser effect.
Anyways, but now Vanilla Me's off the board, going to Florida Man. So two chokers, finding holy matrimony. So all the Me's are now off the board. Wonder what
four Me's
I will
for the
say.
DK Wild. This
Birdo Bros have no Me's other than Trey Mears. That could be interesting. That could be a dynamic that not many people talk about. The less Me's, the better. I mean,
to be honest, I kind of have my lineup written. I have my lineup written like halfway through the draft.
So now these
Albeit, I will say though that I do think that it's perfectly fine. They've built such a roster in terms of like chemistry and whatnot that I think that they should be fine with just the one me. I think everyone's gonna link to each other in some way, shape, or form.
I think I only have one chem break in the lineup, or maybe two.
Yeah, I think that's a big reason as to why.
All I'm saying is that Rex, Michiro, and Pablo could be a nasty outfield. That could be a nasty outfield trio. Next pick will actually be Red Noki finally going off the board though. Daisy Flowers.
Well, I'm surprised that it was Red Noki with a team like the Daisy Flowers, but Noki should be able to.
I mean, all the colors of the rainbow are with the Daisy Flowers. Let's be real. So.
This is true.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that baby Luigi auto pick truly screwed over Clover, because now like Clover's panicking and they have to just kind of put together what they have to try to compensate.
And guess who's back with their original team again? It's Pink Yoshi, staying on the board late.
Wow, fantastic 9th round pick for the Peach Monarchs.
I mean, that was an all-star last season. Like that.
Yeah,
that's a fantastic pick. Anyways,
unbelievable draft from Pink Yoshi, but the Peach Monarchs
DC going, he's going to take the asteroid with his last pick. So, and the last, the Gray Shy Guy is off the board.
Who will be the Mr. Irrelevant and be the only free agent? Mr. Irrelevant will be the only free agent. That is perfectly balanced. So that way we have one solo free agent. That is quite unfortunate for whoever does not get picked.
D-Sleep saying that he's going to just take the asteroid with his last pick. He sort of banked on the Mii's being available. That was not going to happen. So Gray Guy is off the board. So now it's up to the Bowser Jr. rookies. So now, I mean, again, Blue Noki is still on the board. I don't understand how Blue Noki has made it this far. He could fall into the Wario Muscles
Blue
lap.
Noki's gonna go to Mush.
This could
Between
be.
Red Yoshi and Green Noki.
And Green Noki's actually, speak of the devil, Green Noki's going to the Bowser Jr. rookies. So,
I figured.
Okay, well,
I
then it's
figured
Goomba.
this would
Then it's
be.
Goomba's Mr. Irrelevant.
Here. I think this is very possible that Red Yoshi could be Mr. Irrelevant here.
yeah, I think Goomba's going to be the only free agent.
Blue Noki's getting taken by Mush.
I mean, it
I-
depends. It depends on who DC
Yeah, I
takes with
think
this pick.
Blue Noki should be off the board if we have
I think
competent
Blue Noki's
coaches
the
on
only
in
reasonable
this
pick.
league.
Getting into these later rounds, finding those hidden gems is huge. I mean, I think Red Noki's a hidden gem. I think Trey Mears is a hidden gem. I mean, you saw the potential with Vanilla Me, but he may be washed. I mean, I don't know, but like, Master Roshi is inevitable. And Red Yoshi does go off the board, and Mushbrain's gonna get Blue
Master
Noki.
Roshi.
Wow, it's gonna be Goomba. The free agent will be Goomba.
Oh, no, what?
I'm
Can we put on a wheel and whoever the wheel lands on gets Goomba?
Goomba will be my mascot. That I am.
Goomba will be the. So. That will be the draft. That is everyone's team. The Warrior Muscles, obviously.
Goomba, no!
So Goomba will just be the lone guy that's not there.
Hey, Goomba gets to spend the whole season in Cancun. Don't worry. He's just.
Wait,
fine
he's
just where he
taking
is.
Goomba. No, I'm kidding.
Out
Alright.
of nowhere, he switched his pick to Goomba.
Oh my goodness. It's Buzz Lightyear. Anyways, that's gonna be it for the SBA draft.
I
But
trade my whole team to the draft pool in exchange for.
can we
Goomba.
get like 9 Goombas on one team? Just infinite chemistry. Like, can we do that?
Yes.
The Goomba.
Can we
The
make
secret
Goomba
11.
captain, please?
The Goomba.
But
The,
that will
the
be it
Goomers.
for the SBA draft. This will get posted in, I believe I'm going to post it in team rosters and then get ready for that. And then after that is we're going to set the schedule because I haven't had time to do that. So we'll do that tonight going into next week. And then after that, we're just getting
What do
ready
you think
for,
about the draft, guys?
yeah, we're going to get new graphics for season 3, everything. Going to be a lot of fun. But that will be the SBA draft. We will see you guys for the beginning of season 3.
Let's go.
Thanks for having me on, boss.